day in town today and just came out to look in the garden, and I had to share this amazing view and the things that are going on in the garden today. So as I come around the corner to the veggie garden today, here are kids dancing, but yeah, let me turn you around and show you. Alright, so the lovely view of the mountain that my lucky plants get to have. So I'm just going to have a walk around the garden and in the greenhouse, and then I thought I'll go through what I have growing in the greenhouse with all my little seedlings and things, and what I have going on in the garden. Yeah, and been trying to make a video for a few days, but it's been quite windy, so it's been a bit of a nuisance. So we'll also have a few noisy children in the garden that are playing today. So I'll start with these raised gardens, and I'll work my way down and then back up, and then we'll go into the greenhouse, and then we'll go to the raised beds on the other side. And yeah, I'll just talk about what we're growing, and if I know the varieties of what we're growing, I'll go through all of those. So this is going to be one of my favourite views of the garden, I think, once the arch trellises are all covered in, well, they've got peas on them at the moment, so I think those are going to look really cool. The variety of peas I've got planted is called, I don't know. So I had to go and check what the variety of peas these are. So these are easy peasy. If you can see, they're all just starting to pop up. Now my friend Jess is, I call her the pea queen. She has told me to go ahead and put some like some chicken wire and kind of like an arch around these, because the birds will come and pull them up out of the ground. So I haven't done that yet, Jess, but I am going to do it really soon, probably tomorrow. So they're on both sides of this trellis. Right, so I'm going to start at this one. Right, so these are just, I am guessing they're cauliflower. They look like cauliflower. So these are just ones I got from Mitre10, I think. So they are all just in here, and same with these ones, and I'm pretty sure the same with the kale. I just got that at Mitre10. Yeah, this has been awesome we've been, you can see, just coming in and picking all the bottom leaves off it, so it's real cool for just picking. And I like the leaves when they're really little like this, not so much when they're big. When they're this little, I just chuck them in my smoothies, and then when they're big like this, if you cut the like the middle stemmy bit out, and they're really good for like stir frying and sauteing and stuff like that. Right, the next bed is, the half is garlic. So I've got elephant hair garlic here at the front, and then the next is just normal soft neck garlic. I do not know the variety on that. Garlic has not grown well for me at all. This is probably, well, I've grown it every year since we've been gardening, and every year it gets rust. We end up getting an okay harvest from it, and it's always one of those things that I go, I'm not growing this year, and then it finds its way into my garden again. But yeah, this is the first time with elephant garlic, so I'm hoping that the elephant garlic will do better, but I don't know. I don't know much about garlic. I just know that every year it gets rust, and every year I try and grow it again. So yeah, really hoping we get a good harvest from that, but it's just the seed garlic is so expensive. So if I wanted to, you know, like not buy seed garlic, I would have to use pretty much all the garlic that I've got here for seed for the following year. So it's one of those things that I go, is it really worth the space, you know, or am I better just to buy it from the supermarket? So I just spotted these all in my garlic pit here. So I did have a marigold plant that I've just pulled out. It has left its seeds everywhere. So one of the good things about gardening is when you get little bonus plants. So we may get some marigolds popping up there, and even if they do grow there, I may be able to just shift them to a new spot. Looks like I've also got a little garlic plant growing in the pathway, so I must have dropped a bit of seed garlic there when I was planting and it's decided to grow. So another little bonus plant. It's tiny though, so I don't think it'll be any good. Okay, along here I've got some Copenhagen market cabbage that is just from King Seeds. And into the next bed I've got all my Pukekohe long keeper onions. So they're going okay. They probably need a bit of a water. We did get rain. Oh, these ones on this end are looking a bit better. Got some grass. Awful grass growing in there. So yeah, this is couch grass. It's really terrible. It's big, massive, long roots on it, and it is a big pain in the veggie garden. Before we put, oh there it is growing on the pathway. Before we put these raised gardens in, we put cardboard on the bottom, but it's just so persistent that I think it'll just be around forever. On to the next one. So these are mini red cabbages, and these peas along this trellis are snap peas. I think they're Goliath, so from King Seeds as well. Oh look, they're all being munched on. Then I think these are the cabbages here, are just I think they're called Ramfurly mini cabbages. Then I've just got some more curly leaf kale and another type of kale there. I'm not 100% sure what variety that one is. At this end of the trellis I have alderman tall peas. I haven't had great germination on those, so they're kind of like only just a quarter of this trellis. So I've got broccoli here. That variety is called Marathon. There's nothing much in here. I did sow some lettuce seeds, but as you can see the soil's all pretty dry, so nothing much has germinated in there. I think I'm going to come back and maybe plant the rest of my onions in here. I like this too. I dumped some tomato seedlings out in here and they're trying to grow, so if they're going to keep growing I'm going to let them and we'll see how they go, so I'll keep my eyes on those. I'll see something else growing in here. I think it might be a weed, but I don't know, it's red, that's weird. Yeah, but the weeds are definitely starting to come up. Right, over to the next bed I have kohlrabi planted there, and then this one, can I leave a tag? So cabbage, desert, vantage. And then we have got some more brassicas here. Go over. I really need to leave all my labels on the same side of the bed. So those are cauliflower year round. This is the variety. I'm not really fussed on what variety of, like, you know, the boring stuff I grow. I just kind of choose a picture that I like the look of and then I grow that one. I've got some beetroot here. I'm not sure what the variety of that is, and some sweets, and yeah, I did plant carrots next to that, and I've only have like a tiny little amount. An awesome patch of flat leaf parsley, And then I've got to switch sides of the bed again for this label. So cauliflower, and I've just written cauliflower giant, so it's probably cauliflower giant something or other. And then, oh, there's some more tomatoes here that I tipped out. So we'll see if they grow, they can stay there, or I'll move them somewhere else. And then I have some more elephant garlic, which is looking really, really good. So I've got a really awesome second sowing of carrots. These are probably getting to be quite a good size. Shall we pull one and see? Nope. So they're not ready yet, but that's okay. Someone will eat that. So they've probably got a little way to go still, but that's alright. We are still eating all of our ones on the other side, which I'll show you soon. So back to the first arch trellis, so that's all got those easy peasy peas on it. And then some cabbages. And then just some cabbages here that we've already pulled. One more there that's ready to go, and they're just this bed is all just from like the mitre 10 starts that I had. I've got some blueberry plants here that have been sitting there since last summer because I have no idea where to put them, but I'm pleased that even this dead looking one has got some green leaves. Planting permanent things is really tricky. So I think like all of our fruit trees we've moved multiple times, and you know, we've bought rhubarb and moved it from one place to the next you know, same with our strawberries, same with like anything permanent. So I feel like we've got the majority of this area set up really well now. So I'm hoping that, you know, finding that place for the permanent stuff starts getting a bit easier. And saying that, we are looking at like expanding, especially for the market garden bit, expanding that out into the paddock there. So yeah, if you're with me, the permanent stuff is just like so tricky to find a place for. Alright, so we'll head into the greenhouse. So yeah, I've got a whole lot of flowers here that are popping up. Some cucumbers, so the variety of cucumbers I've got here, this one's Prolific Mini and this one is Crunchy. I've also got Louisa, Muncher and Pesca there. And I've got some more flowers here, so these are zinnias and cosmos, aster. Yeah, so these ones are double click, giant white, none have come up. So those ones are zinnia swirl, zinnia lilliput, zinnia zahara. More flowers here, so cosmos, aster, marigolds. I've got some celery and borage there. This is my first sowing of peppers, so they're all looking so good. I'm really pleased with those. I've got some chamomile coming up here, as well as some more zinnias, all my basil. I was super excited about these today. So peppers second, a lot of peppers are starting to come up, so shishitos, those ones are jalapeno. Yesterday I started just a whole nother round of cabbages that I was hoping I could get in before we get those pesky caterpillars from the cabbage white butterfly that we have. A whole lot of lettuce, celery, and the Matt's wild cherry, so I didn't get any germination from my first sowing of those. Some Malabar spinach. The day before I've done all of my pumpkins, so I'm growing butternut, spaghetti squash, whangarapurua, small sugar. What else do I have there? Baby bear, I've got all my zucchinis started. So what am I growing? Courgette Parthenon, Dario, Solar Flare, Black Beauty, Rampicante, watermelons. So I'm mostly growing Sugar Baby, some Moon and Stars, Honeydew. I'm trying this is not, what is it, a melon? I'm not sure. It's called Pepino, and it grows kind of like a passion fruit. Grows like a passion fruit. So that'll be exciting. What else am I growing over here? Oh, some ground cherries, so trying those for the first time. This is like the just for fun stuff, and loofahs, because you got to keep gardening fun. So I think one of the best things I learned about gardening, my first year gardening, that you can't just grow boring stuff. Because like for me, growing cabbages and lettuces and all that kind of stuff is like cool because it's food, but it's super boring. I like growing lots of flowers in the veggie garden and lots of interesting varieties. So like last year I was like, right, food prices are so expensive, I'm not going to grow many flowers, or I'm just going to grow like crops that we eat and be sensible. And it was so boring, and I just found that like the garden wasn't a cool place to be in, and you know, like it got boring pretty quick. And it's hard work being in the garden every day and keeping on top of things and maintaining you know, everything and harvesting everything. And so it's cool if you can, you know, enjoy it and make it fun and stuff like that. So I think that's really important if you're starting out gardening, just to make sure that you're putting stuff in there that you enjoy growing, because like what's the point otherwise? It's a lot of hard work, and if it's not a place you want to be in and if it's not fun, then like it's boring. So I think grow things that you like, and grow things that are pretty, and grow things that, yeah, like are different, that you wouldn't get in the supermarket or that you've never heard of before. Like I think that's what keeps gardening interesting. So just a quick little clip to show the layout of the greenhouse. So ours came with this shelf along this side, and I usually have a table on either side, so I haven't set that up yet, but we would really like to get some sort of shelving in here to maximize the space. Like I trip over stuff in here a lot because it's quite small. The other day I fell over and landed on one of these I landed on one of these containers and like smashed it and tipped out plants and whatnot. So like I think it'd be cool if I had some sort of steel metal shelves along these walls to kind of be able to stack up plants. So out this door and into this one. So these ones are just coming to, well, the broccoli. So we've harvested lots of broccoli. Some of them we've missed, and then some of the side shoots we have just left because we've had plenty of it. We're starting to get, we've been starting to eat off some of the beetroot. Oh, oh no, that's cabbage. Cabbage, Dutch red. So that must be that one, cabbage, Dutch red, and cabbage little cutie in there. Yeah, then we've got the beetroot. So broccoli is all, the broccoli's been awesome. These are great, like lettuces. Some of them are good, some of them are not good, but yeah, I think we should be able to like keep just taking off the leaves until we get to the good bits. So yeah, just these cabbages are looking great. So yeah, we don't use any like pesticides or anything like that, so you can see they do get a bit eaten, but I find by the time they kind of get established, it doesn't really matter that much. so you can see on all of them like the bottom leaves are all eaten and stuff like that, but then they start to form their heads and they're just fine. These are, I think these are butter crunch lettuces. We've just been pulling like the outer kind of leaves off as they're growing, and they will probably be done shortly, I think. Yeah, they're starting to get just a little bit big. Oh, I really like these cabbages, and I need to find some seeds for them because I really love how they're growing. I just think that's really interesting. Like I said before, I think cabbages are a bit boring, but those ones look really cool. We've got some spinach, so this is going okay. I really like it when it's this size. So we just picked the leaves off it. So I might, because I'm getting ready soon to put like a lot of the summer stuff in here, I'm just going to harvest and freeze a lot of this, I think. So this is my second sowing of tomatoes, so they're all going really well, and I reckon probably in a couple days I'll be able to start putting all of those up. There's a lot of varieties, and I can probably go through some of them. So we've got Cherokee Purple, Gold Nugget, Hawke's Bay Yellow, Dargaville Red and Yellow, Moneymaker, Sweet 100, Russian Red, Pink Brandywine, Fantastico, Black Cherry. Up here we've got some more flowers, so Hollyhock Black, Jet Black, Calendula, some more calendula, some marigolds. So these are all the source varieties of tomatoes that I potted up a few days ago. So these are all Ox Dalmatian, some amazing looking peppers. Like how good is this guy? It's a California Wonder. So these are from my first sowing, and the California Wonder just did wonderful. Oh, I'm excited about these. So last year, I've called them farm poppy. So last year I had a poppy just randomly appear on the farm, and it was so beautiful. It was like a peony, and it was pink, and it looked really, really cool. So I saved the seeds from it, and yeah, I'm gonna have lots of them. Hopefully it'll be interesting to see whether they look the same, but I'm sure they will. I've got some sweet peas and some more marigolds. All of my potted up tomatoes here and here and here. So these are all Amish paste, these ones. Some marigolds that are looking awesome, that the snail tried to eat, but I found him. Have you saw that in my stories? Some more tomatoes, and then there is a tomatillo. So I'm excited about these. You can see one's looking a little yellow, so we might need to give them a little bit of a feed. What have I got in here? Sweetheart, Tigerella, Sunrise Bumblebee. Oh, these are old. Oh no, those aren't old seeds. I don't know why those ones didn't germinate. Those ones are old seeds. Mortgage Lifter, Yellow Pear, Heritage Cherry, Red Pear, Indigo Red Berries, Tommy Toe, Cocktail, Sweetheart. So I've got leeks here. So when I get a chance, I'm going to harvest all these leeks, and I'm going to put them in the freezer. So I'll just chop them up for the freezer. And then same with the carrots. We've been eating off these carrots all winter long, and yeah, that's just time for them to come out now, and I'll just blanch them and freeze them. So when I do that, I'll do a harvesting and preserving video about what I do there. I've got some coriander. I've got some coriander growing there, some lettuces. I've got some broccoli. And then just got some silver beet here that now I'm just picking the leaves off and feeding that to the chickens because they love it. So that is what we've got growing in the main garden. I am running out of battery, so I just want to say thanks for watching and we'll catch you on the next one.